You know what time it is? New week, we're going to open that Great Vault. Hopefully we get some good loot there. Just making sure the loot specialization is on, current special. I don't know why it would change because I haven't changed it at all. Let's see what we get. We should get some higher item level stuff here. Start with the... Are those the same? No, it's slightly different. 2 chests. So it's crit mastery, not the best. We want something with haste, ideally. Crit verse, and crit verse again. So not the best stats. We didn't get any mastery, but I think we'll get somewhat of an upgrade from it. So I'm just going to sim this and see what is best. So looking at the sims here, this is the single target sim. It is saying that the chest with Eternal Skirmish would be a bit better, 0.3% better than the ring. However, for AoE, we do have the ring pulling up on top by quite a bit here. So I think I'll go with the ring because it is higher item level as well. And we'll be able to replace a 194 ring, which will be a nice item level upgrade. Let's select that ring there. Again, too bad we didn't get any haste, but that's alright. And the key that we got is a 5 Sanguine Depths, which is a 5 that we need still. Just like every week here, it's world boss time. See if we got anything. Doesn't look like we got any loot, just the anima. And since we are all caught up and capped out on the renown, we didn't get any renown as well from the world boss. So, would have been nice to get the boots, but yeah. So I managed to get into a normal Castle Nathria run, just starting fresh here. Hopefully we can full clear, that'd be awesome, but we'll see how far this can go. Looks like I'm the only hunter here. I'm not sure what to expect with the other people's damage, but hopefully I'm able to keep up there. Accept this quest, and we'll see how this goes. So the first boss, Shriekwing, went pretty well. I thought some people might die to the sonars here, but I don't think we might have lost like 1 or 2, but it wasn't too bad. I think we one-shot it, which was very nice, so no problems there. This is my first time being in normal for quite a while, as I don't really even do heroic on my main. I mainly just do my mythic progression and don't really do much apart from that. So it was kind of nice to get back into it. Here's Huntsman. With these, it was the shades that could have been the problem, but they were properly CC'd, so that's awesome. No really problems with this as well. Usually in these fights, there's like 1 or 2 mechanics that can really wipe the raid, but apart from that, it's pretty easy. Hungering, it is the ejections. If someone stacks that in the group, it's probably going to be a wipe, but for the most part, people were good with getting out. Only had a couple dead on that kill there. And next up, we do have a Nerva, and in total, we did manage to get 5 of these normal bosses down, which isn't too bad. It did take us a bit of time to get Sun King. I think it took like an hour between Nerva and Sun King, and we had to use Discord for that as well. You can see I did get a nice helmet there. Pretty decent 200 item level, and it was a slight upgrade, so we're going to equip that too. Now with the Nerva, pretty easy fight. As long as one person knows how to manage the containers, there's not a whole lot else to really watch out for. So look, the pools on the ground, and the beams, that could have been something that would be difficult too. Sometimes people can't get the angles right of the beams, especially if they're new. I think like maybe half the people were new, half the people were on alts, but most of them were either my item level or lower. I did pretty good for damage. I was either like top 3 for the most part. Sun King definitely used a bit of padding with the AoE here. So Sun King, here we go, it took us like an hour to get, and we had, even on the kill, some difficulties there. We had, 4 dead. It was looking kind of sketchy at the end, but we managed to get it down. And that's the last boss that we managed to get down in normal here. Let's see, do we get any loot? I don't think we got, I think we just got anima for here. But yeah, overall, at least we got 5 bosses down, which is pretty big normal progression. So I thought it's been a little bit harder to see the cast bar, and that's because I have overlapping nameplates right now when I usually play with stacking nameplates. So I'm going to change this to stacking nameplates just so we can see the cast bar better and interrupt those casts more easily. I definitely realized this a lot later than I should have. I think I realized it like maybe a week ago, but I just kind of haven't changed it yet, but I'm definitely going to make that change now, and that should help a fair bit just to see what the enemy is casting and what we should be focusing on. That's interesting. So I was just going to do my Torghast runs, and I saw the recommended item level for the layers. I'm not sure if this was here before, but I didn't notice it before. So it seems like level 8 is recommended 195, but that's cool that they put that there now. Maybe this was a patch 9.0.5 thing. I'm not too sure, but gonna get these 2 layers of Torghast done just so we can get that Soul Ash. And once we do that, we'll have enough Soul Ash to craft that highest rank of legendary. We won't really need any more Soul Ash unless we need another legendary, which I'm not sure that I'll go for. So this might be the last Torghast we do in terms of grinding out that Soul Ash, and of course we do have to do that twisting corridors after as well. I have a bunch of damage increasing anima powers here. I think I can get up to like 65% increased damage overall while my Wild Spirits is active. So let's see how fast we can burn the boss down. With the potion as well, we can get up to 95%. Let's see what kind of damage we can do. Let's drop a trap and we'll go in, use the potion, and just burn fast. Oh, forgot the lust here. Here we go. 15,000. I think this is the most single target damage I've done before. And that was probably the easiest last boss that I've done before, just because all the damage increases. And I have a bit higher item level now, which is nice. As a side note, look how many of these trinkets I've gotten. The bottled Flayed Wind Toxin. I have 3 right now, 1 equipped and 2 in my inventory, and I disenchanted at least 1 more, if not 2. I've been getting this 1 trinket so often. I don't know why, out of all pieces I could get. Go high and far I can jump. What if you had this jump like all the time? That'd be really cool. Alright, I said last time was going to be the fastest I'd kill the final boss, but I think this time it's going to be the fastest. I didn't have my Soul Steel Pinion last time. Now I have it. Let's see what we can do here. Start it with Lust, Wild Spirits, and we'll go in, stun, and burst them down. Yeah, this is over 30k damage. This is way faster. Okay, I should have interrupted that a lot earlier, but apart from that, this is definitely a lot faster. There's so much damage you can get in just in that little window when you're stunning with... I don't have a stun here. There we go. Yeah, just so much damage you can get in just within that 5-second window of intimidation. So much damage. There's my Soul Ash. I just finished doing my first +7 key, and that's the first key with the 3 affixes there, and it's Fortified, Spiteful, and Grievous for this week. And as you can see, I have some lower level keys still, a 5 and a 4, the other side, and halls. I haven't been able to get those keys or find them at all in the finder, unfortunately, so just did my +7 key, and I have a 9 Plaguefall now. I'm going to drop that down to a 7 to do at some point as well. This one is quick, no real problem, so 7's still good to do. I'll definitely try to keep looking for the halls in the other side, but if I can't find them, if it's taking me too long, I'll just keep going with these 7's here. This for the other side is holding us back from upgrading our items, as we need all keys at a 5 level in order to upgrade them, I think, past 200 item level, like to 200 to 207. So once we get that done, we can start upgrading some of the gear a bit more. Right now, I think we can only get it up to 200, which wouldn't really be a big upgrade for a lot of our slots here. Finally got that the other side key. It is a 9, and we need to drop it down to a 5, so we gotta drop it down like 4 levels, and that's just what I'm gonna do here. But that'll be really nice to get that 5 the other side done, so we can upgrade our gear further. I haven't used any Valor points yet. It's currently at just over 3,600. I'm waiting for something a bit better and waiting for us to be able to upgrade it a bit more. Ideally, we'd get a weapon and be able to work off that, but that hasn't happened yet. Still working with the Raid Finder weapon that we got from completing the Covenant campaign. There are a couple crit haste pieces that I have, like this chest and this ring, that I would upgrade if I don't get any better pieces for those slots, but still just waiting, as they wouldn't be huge upgrades right now. Look at this like luminescent pool on the ground. It looks like... That's 5 the other side done, so we are able to upgrade our items from Mythic Plus a little bit more now. I did forget that that achievement is account-wide, so technically I could have done it, but since we're treating this character kind of like a new character on a new account, I won't do any of the upgrades unless I've actually gotten the achievement on this character. But now we can upgrade our items to, I think, 207. So getting into Mythic 5 and 6s has been pretty easy. I've gotten accepted pretty much every time. But Mythic 7 seems to be a bit of a sticking point. I haven't gotten into any that I've queued for. The 2 that I've done so far have just been my keys. So hopefully we're able to get into one of these queues. The key I have right now is a 6 Plaguefall, which isn't ideal. We have done Plaguefall on a 7 already. So we'd have to do this and either level this up and hopefully it doesn't turn into like a necrotic, or level it up twice and then we can get a guaranteed key increase. I think for now, I think I'm going to keep queuing up for a little bit. Hopefully a 6 the other side comes out so we can even that out a bit. But I'll definitely queue for some of these 7s as well and see if we can get in. So that's a first for this character. That's the first depleted key that we've had, a +7 Halls. And yeah, it really does seem that Halls is the hardest one for Pugs to handle because of that middle part. And they just don't really know how to pull it for the most part as well. But we just depleted the key, so we're probably going to be like 2-3 minutes off. Still have to deal with this big ad mob and then the last boss to go. It was my key as well, so that's too bad. We'll get a 6 from it. Hopefully we get a 6 the other side, but that's probably a lot to ask for. But at least we'll be able to finish it here. So the third affect being Grievous here, as you can see, it's really ramping up a lot, especially if the healer can't top everyone off pretty quickly. It's going to lead to a lot of extra damage taken. If people get hit by anything extra, there's almost no way they're going to catch up, especially if they're lacking a bit on gear and they're still trying to figure out how to play the class there. This is going to be interesting. There's only 3 of us alive. Getting a bit spicy. See if I can soak 2. Does it still work? Nice. There we go. Oh, the Paleo let his go. Look at those plays there. I'm going to be taking a lot of damage here for a little bit, I think. Nice. That worked out really well. But there we go. There's the key completed at least, and it turned into... Oh, it actually did turn into a 6 the other side, the 1/6 key that we need. So that's pretty amazing. It wasn't all for nothing then. And see if we got any loot. And oh, we got some shoulders. Not great stats though. I don't think I'll be upgrading those, but still cool we got some loot. I feel like this is kind of where people start to be a bit elitist with keys, is when they first depleted the first key, or if they depleted like a bunch of keys, then they're going to be like, okay, I'm just going to invite the best people that sign up, go for those high IO players. But I mean, of course, we're not going to do that. I've pretty much just been inviting whoever signs up first and trying to get the lower item level players in. It does have to be reasonably low, like a 150 fresh level 60. It's probably not going to be a good idea for like a 6 or 7 key. But I mean, if you're around item level, 185, 190-ish, 200, so pretty much just whoever signs up first. And I haven't been looking up any IO at all. Gonna wrap it up here for the week, but let's go over just the progress we made for this week, as I feel like we made quite a bit. So for the raids, we did get into normal Castle Nathria, and we got half the bosses done, kind of the first 5 that you do. Next week, hopefully we can finish off those 5. I'm thinking about extending just so I can finish off those 5, like starting my own raid group and then extending based on that, but we'll see what we feel like doing. So having 5 bosses down, that's actually huge progress for us, as we only have 15 bosses in total to go, 5 more in normal, and then 10 more for the heroic difficulty of Castle Nathria. Now for Mythic Plus, I feel like we definitely made the most progress on Mythic Plus this week, as we're at 2 7s and the rest 6s complete. I think last week we ended at 2 5s and the rest 4s, so it was definitely a lot of dungeons that we got done. We're getting into the range where we have 3 affixes in total, so that definitely ramps up the difficulty a fair bit. This week with Spiteful and Grievous, definitely felt Grievous in there, especially with pressure on the healers. So next week, pretty much all the keys we do are going to have 3 affixes. It's going to be a tyrannical week next week. We'll see what the affixes are. But yeah, really happy with that Mythic Plus dungeon progress. I think that's great. For item level, we are at 199. We got a few pieces that were increases, but I don't think any huge item level upgrades for the most part. Next week from the Great Vault, I believe we'll get a 213 eye level piece. I think 1 will be 213 and the rest will be 210. So that'll be pretty decent. We also get a normal Castle Nathria option as well for having at least 3 bosses done. So since we are progressing linearly, our item level is going up quite a bit slower than usual. But we'll still get a decent piece from our Great Vault now, and from here on out we'll get at least a 213 plus option, so that's really nice. For Valor points, we're at just under 4,400 Valor points. That's getting pretty close to cap, but the cap will be extended next week as well. We don't have anything we really want to upgrade a lot right now. We have a couple pieces with haste and crit that we might end up upgrading, but we'll see what we get from the cash. And for Torghast, we did do both layer 8s, but we didn't get into those twisting corridors. I'll definitely get in next week. I've kind of been putting it off because I know each layer is going to take about 1.5 to 2 hours to complete most likely, and it'll be a bit tedious, but I'll definitely get in next week to do at least 1 layer, hopefully 2 or more. And our total playtime now is 4 days, 11 hours, and 3 minutes there. But thank you so much for watching, everyone. I think we made great progress this week. This may have been like the best week we've had for progress so far. Thanks again, and I'll catch you on the next one.